Fan Night continues here from Atlanta with the Hornets and Lakers coming up at the bottom of the hour. I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. Steve Smith, the Hall of Famer, Isaiah Thomas right over there. And let's get right out to L.A. via Cisco Telepresence. The new president of basketball operations for the L.A. Lakers is Magic Johnson, and he is with us here on NBA TV. Magic, good to have you with us. Congrats on the new gig. What made you decide you wanted to get your hands dirty, you wanted to dive in and start running this team?
Well, I think that, it's a perfect organization for me. I passed on a lot of opportunities to get back into basketball. The most recent one was Golden State. Peter and Joe are friends of mine, and they wanted me to join them in the ownership group. But I told them I'm a Laker, and I know Isaiah knows Tom Gores, and he wanted me to, be a part of what they got going on in Detroit, and I just couldn't because I'm a Laker. So this was perfect for me, perfect timing for me, and I cuss and scream at the TV anyway when the Lakers are on or I'm at the game. So I said I might as well be into it myself, and I'm just happy about making the decision, working with Jeannie Buss every single day, and her brothers, and of course her sister. So this is great, and try to develop our young players.
Well, Magic, I'm going to start it off with a big hug and a big kiss.
What's up?
I hope you can feel it through the screen.
I can. What's up? What's up, Isaiah?
I am good, man. I am really so happy for you, and I can't tell you, just how many times that I've thought about, how much you really love the Lakers. And I remember, seeing you cry on the floor, after losing in Boston and, winning in the finals and everything else. And just, it's hard to really describe to people how much you care and love the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm truly happy for you. Now, how can you turn that love and that passion and try to give it to the players who are wearing the Laker purple and gold?
Well, that's a great question. Isaiah, today the game is different, the players are different. So I have to adjust to them in the way that they are today. And so I think for me it's just to understand every individual, 1 through 12, and try to bring out the best in them and work with Luke Walton, our coach, to try to develop them and take their game to the next level. I can't bring back Showtime. That would be bad for the players, but I can share with them what it takes to be a winner, a champion, and also take your game to the next level. I owe you a lot. We cried together when I lost. We were on the road together.
Yeah.
You used to be like a little student taking notes.
Oh, I took a lot of notes.
Then you came back and beat my butt.
wait, with your plays.
And, I have loved and admired you for a long time, brother. And so I know you mean everything that you just said. And
absolutely.
We're going to always support each other, man.
Absolutely.
So I miss our friendship, and it's coming back, brother.
Well, when you get wife and kids, it's hard to maintain. It's kind of hard to see each other every day.
That's right. We never had a boss. We were the boss back then.
Exactly.
And then you got my little brother, both are our little brother who, we brought up, and Steve, he watched both of us,
And Irv, to that point, I just want to say I got Isaiah right here, but, you guys is the reason why I'm sitting here. You the guys are the reason why I wanted to be a point guard and then to be a 6'9" point guard to play for Michigan State University. So, from my heart to you, before we even get into this interview, I want to say thank you because all of us in Michigan wanted to be a 6'9" point guard.
Well, thank you, Steve. You and I go back because of Michigan State, and also your father, who I love, and my father and your father were running mates and running partners. And so this is just great when I can have two friends on the other end that I love and care about, and that I want to also support, and they want to support me. And so, Matt, I'm really blessed to have these two guys in our lives. God put them in my life at different times for different reasons. And so when you get a job like the Laker job, you want to make sure you have support because, Isaiah has been through this. So I want to make sure I call him and he can give me notes, because one thing I want is to gather as much information as I can, because the more you have, you can make better decisions and better choices.
Now, Irvin, my basketball question, Isaiah talked about the players. For me, growing up, every time you heard a player saying he went to visit the Lakers, always say, oh, Lord, he's going to the Lakers now. It was always a destination.
Yes.
How are you going to bring that back where players and free agents want to come to Los Angeles?
That's a great question, Steve. I think, number one, now they know that the man in charge is a person who can help them win, and not only win on the court, but also win championships and also win off the court. And I think that we're open for business again. And they can trust me. I'm going to put them in a winning situation. I have strategy to get us back to being a winning and championship organization. We're going to be about best in class, and I'm going to strive for excellence every single day. And so I think not only free agents, but also agents know that they can trust their players with me and with the Laker organization now that I'm in charge.
Magic, how do you plan on bringing a lot of the business experience that you have into the organization? And, you know, most people don't realize this or know this, but, you know, I remember we bought our first radio station together, you know, back in the 80s. And, you know, so we've been in business a long time, and you've been in business a very long time, and have had a very successful business career. How do you plan on bringing some of those strategies and implementing them into the Lakers organization?
Great question, Isaiah. Well, what happened, you know, before I took this role as the president, I've sat down with Shaq. I've sat down with Dwayne Wade. I can keep going. Not only just basketball players, but NFL players. They all want to now become businessmen and also build their brand, Isaiah. And both you and Steve have done an excellent job of doing that yourselves. And so today's player is a different player. And so because they got it right away, they see images like us, and they say, hey, I want to be like them. And so not only do I want to excel on the court, I want to excel off the court as well, and become a businessman after my playing days or during their playing days. So if that's what they want, besides being a champion on the basketball court, my door will be open. I'll be willing to share the information with them and try to help them reach their goals and dreams on the court as well as off the court and in the business arena, if that's what they choose.
Irvin, when you look at organizations, I know a lot of times we sit here and I go, this coach is just not a fit. And I know styles change, and we definitely styles. But when you have a Luke Walton or Brian Shaw, they are Lakers already. How much is that advantage for you to have two guys that's already in an organization and they understand Laker culture?
Oh, it's very important, Steve. I mean, I think that when I looked at everything, the landscape, right, and I said, okay, we got the coaches in place. Luke and, like you said, Brian is there, and both won championships. And they've been in coaching for a while, so it's not like we getting new coaches or rookie coaches. They've been coaching for a little while, and then I said, okay, they understand what it means to play in Los Angeles, and so now they can help teach the players what it means not only to wear the purple and gold, but how to play in L.A. Because both of you know there's so many temptations here, you know, in Los Angeles. And so you have to understand how to be a professional in this town, make sure that you still concentrate on your business as far as on the basketball court. And they'll love you in this town because the Lakers are number one. You know, it's a Laker town. The Dodgers are right behind the Lakers. And so the Lakers still own this town. Everybody wants the Lakers to win and be successful, and that's what we have to teach our players, how important it is when you put on that jersey.
You've got sports properties 1 and 2 there, by the way, I heard. Lakers, then Dodgers.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a part of both. That's crazy, isn't it?
I know you are. All right, as far as the plan there goes, the plan was to build around the high draft picks, obviously. Now you get to implement whatever plan you want. Have you seen what you need to see from the 3 young guys, Russell, Randall, and Ingram, to say, okay, this is our core, we're building around these guys definitively, or do you need to see more?
Well, Matt, I want to see more because I want to see them all the way to the end of the season. I think that, of course, we're going to definitely build around them. I think D'Angelo, I want to see more leadership from him. I would love for, Isaiah to sit down with him because, you have to not only be great in terms of on the basketball court, but also how to, I think he has to grow into how to lead the guys, and don't be afraid to get on them. You're the point guard. You have to, point different things out, and they're going to follow your lead. And then I think Julius is a great athlete, and where I want him to work on is more of his right hand because he's dominant left hand. So I want him to really work on how to get his shot off going to his right hand. And hopefully this summer we'll be able to work on that. And then I think that when you think about Brandon Ingram, he is the one who has been growing and getting better and better and better. Last game against San Antonio, he had his career high, and he keeps just improving every single game. And he not only is he good getting better offensively, but he's probably one of our best defensive players that we have on the team. So I love his upside. And then Larry Nance Jr., he's another great athlete that we have that block shots, get out on the wing and on the fast break and go in there. He can use either hand, and he's taken a lot from his father. And so it's great to have Larry there as well. So those young guys we want to try to build around and try to develop them. And then hopefully, all of them or two or three of them can become all-stars one day.
It really sounds like you know what you're doing and you know this team.
Hey, Isaiah. I remember, brother, when we sat in them hotels when we were barnstorming all those years, man. And what people didn't know, we never went out to a club or anything. We sat on the floor outside our rooms, and we listened to George Gervin and Daryl Dawkins, and we talked basketball. Then you and I would go in our room and talk more basketball. We never went to sleep, man.
Yep.
And as I tell our young players, man, I'm a basketball junkie, and I've always been. But we learn from Iceman, we learn from Dawkins, we learn from whoever wanted to talk basketball. We were there to listen, man, and that's what I'm hopefully our players will understand that. And then when Steve came in, I remember we were holding him and smacking him and hitting him upside the head. Cheating. We used to cheat.
For sure.
And Steve would take all of it. And then, Isaiah, then it was his turn. He used to cheat.
Yes. I learned from the best.
Wait, hey, Magic, he got the holding from you. And at the end of the game, if it's 5-5, right?
That's right.
And he got the ball and he misses, what are he going to call?
Yep. Foul.
and it's foul until I score.
Yeah,
that's right.
Then we won. Hey, man, we love you, and we so happy for you. And do your thing out there.
Hey,
me, Mark, and Herb
guys
will be standing in the tunnel coming to see you and support you.
I know you know that. And tell both of your wives I said hello, man. I love both of them, all right? Take care.
Thank you
man,
as well.
Thank you, brother. This was fun. MD, tell MD he got to retire one day, man.
No,
He producing
we
this
need
show.
MD to stay around.
Okay then.
Magic, good we could be part of this little reunion. This was fun, and I know Laker fans are so excited to have you in that position.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Way to go,
God is
man.
good, man. God is good. Thanks a lot.
Magic Johnson with us here.
All right.